Judge Dre was good. Poppy in the house was good, brother.
Hello, how y'all doing tonight?
How y'all doing? So, Judge Dre, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing, man? What are your thoughts on this whole situation?
Judge Dre, I'll be the first one to come out and say it is. They need to be canceled. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna come out and say most people won't say they need to be canceled. Period. All right, they need to, because this is the problem is you done broke the rules of the space. If you gonna say if YouTube allows them to do all that shit and let them keep their platform, then I hate to say that looks bad on YouTube. You need to be making an example. It ain't like this at the first time that they done fucked up. They done fucked up multiple times. And what is it gonna take for them to be gone? Because I hate to say they don't bring nothing to the space but drama. And the only thing that's gonna happen is after somebody gets hurt over this dumb shit, that they're gonna crack down and make new rules for everybody. Unfortunately, like if we was the mafia selling drugs or doing any dirt, and the people, a group like them came in and start bringing attention to the crap like this, the other families would vote them out because you're bringing too much heat to this space.
Are you saying that YouTube might pull the equivalent of a RICO?
They need to. Because the fact is, people don't want to come out and say it. No offense, you made the bed, you lied in it. Now you gotta face the consequences. Because there was broads doing it, we would be jumping on top of them. So now you gotta face the consequences.
That is
unfortunately,
factual.
this the problem is either channel needs to go away, or eventually somebody's gonna put them away. Because one of the thing about scamming people who are emotionally disturbed and stealing from them with these bullshit dumbass courses is women. You can go ahead and scam women with your dumbass books and all that. They're not gonna do nothing. You scam some of these dudes out of here, they realize they done paid $1,000 for some crap and realize you ain't nothing but a scam artist. Dude might come back and touch you.
But
now
that's
the whole
the thing.
sector getting looked at. You don't play around with emotional people, man.
No, you're absolutely right, man, and that's the thing. Hold on, Jay, I gotta mute you. Like I'm just hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
I'm hearing every movement, brother. No, you're all good. But here's the thing, man. I absolutely agree with that because that's majority of this space is these dudes scam. Like that's what it is. The 100K party turns out that was a whole scam, and y'all put the blame on Allende to get him kicked off the show, right? So he's off the show now, but y'all still having problems. These problems are still here, and you guys. And that's the thing that y'all don't understand, right? You want to talk about the relations between them, and then somebody said they're live right now. I don't give a shit if they're live, bro. Like what is them live? They're not gonna seriously address any of the situation. You guys notice, y'all notice that even when they were they initially went live to address the initial controversy, they didn't even when they addressed it. None of it, like they addressed the exact same. It was all out there. Just with his own spin on it. And I'm sitting there like, no. Y'all can't. Oh, God. Y'all cannot be this stupid. Please tell me y'all not this stupid to buy it. He literally put out the same receipts everybody else had, but he just explained it differently. And y'all saying, they'll come in your comment section and say, oh, you already disproved that in this live. I heard Donnie Boy say it. I heard Donnie Boy, I heard Rollo Tomasi on their respective platforms, right? And don't get me wrong, these guys have hundreds of thousands of followers. Hundreds of thousands of followers. They go on their platform talking about, oh yeah. We're gonna cap for it. We're gonna defecation, right? And you gotta look at that and like, well, what's the point? Why is this happening? Right? And when you dig deeper, because some of y'all don't do the research, right? Some of y'all just want to listen to titles and make comments. Some of y'all don't do the research. When you do the research, you're not finding out that these folks actually need Fresh and Fit more than Fresh and Fit actually needs them. Actually more than Myra needs Fresh even at this point, right? So
Can't really deny that.
And then you ask why. Like why? Why is it that these guys who are supposed to be leaders of the space, right? Who are supposed to teach this knowledge to these folks, why are they behaving like children? Like the very same children they raised. And when you pay attention to it, you then realize,
I'm gonna
it's
say
the money, Lebowski. Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead, Judge. Johnny, you're up next. Go ahead.
But I'll go ahead and say that's the problem is a lot of people don't want to go ahead and say like that. They're just playing a dangerous game. Unfortunately, is think maybe this may be karma. God protecting them, knowing that this show needs to go away because they're too sloppy. You playing with people's emotions, stealing their money. Yeah. I mean, the only way you like I tell anybody that runs scams, you should know you never steal from ordinary moles. They'll hurt you. Ordinary moles will hurt you quick. Yeah. You steal from a corporation, it ain't like a corporation coming to kick your behind. By the time this stuff hit the fan, it might be too late. I'd hate for some innocent people to get caught up in their crap and get hurt over them acting a fool. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
No. That's absolutely fact. Now, the only part I disagree is I definitely don't think their talents will be taken down, and that's one thing that the trolls can't seem to fucking get through their fucking thick skulls. Like nobody. Listen, dog. Here's the thing, and I was even a subscriber, a former subscriber, right? And I resubbed after I found out about the Rolex and free trip to Miami. I'm like, hey, get me in that motherfucker, right? But initially, when I looked up, hey, listen, hey, if they are willing to sell their audience out for the box, listen, I'll take a Rolex and a free trip to Miami. What the fuck you mean?
I mean, I'd sell it.
I'ma throw it down, brother. What you mean? But after I was the first time I subbed to him, right? The first time I subbed to him, it was just basically like this, right? Because I saw the direction we're going. I'm like, all right, these guys. What they have done have basically put together a situation where physically you have guys, right, the guys who run the show, and girls come in and actually sit down and have the conversations that are plaguing relationship. This is going to be dope. Like, this is actually going to be freaking dope. Like, I want to see this, right? I want to see where this can blossom. I want to see the kind of resolutions that can come to where we need to be, the conversation starting, right? Kevin Samuels is only one guy, but he kicked off this whole thing, right? The whole women paying attention into this into this space, right? He made it popular because for some of you guys who are in the chat right now, some of you guys who are watching, y'all don't really understand what this space used to be, especially when I didn't even come up here, when I was just like watching this stuff to watch it, right? They didn't even let women in the talk in the chat. Some of y'all ladies who used to follow the space long before that, they didn't even let women go ahead and say shit in the chat. Women did not have a say, right? It wasn't until like Kevin Samuels came out, popularized the whole thing, right? And you start to see an interaction between a man, a black man, right? It doesn't have to be just color-wise, but you saw an interaction between a man and a woman, and a man telling a woman what other man needed or wanted from her. Not just her, but other women who thought like her, right? And for the first time, we were all able to see that and say, oh, wow, like this actually works. Like, you can actually have a conversation with the opposite sex. Yeah, it's contentious, and some of it is, and some of it isn't, but the lessons that are learned from it, not only that the women take away, but the men also take away, that's extremely valuable. Then in comes Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit comes in, right? They take it one step further. And now we're in the studio, we're physical, we're live, we get to see the girls, you talk about reality, all this different stuff. Perfect. You guys are taking this in the direction that maybe that Kevin Samuels started, but you're picking up the baton and running forward, right? Then over time, after the first kick out that happened, right? Then you start to see, oh shit, now even the type of girls that they're bringing on, what are y'all talking about? No, this is not all women. Like chicks like her, no, they're only found here. This is where they are. I mean, you'll find them in other places, but most of the time, they travel to places like Miami. They travel from small towns to places like LA. They travel to all these big media markets because they are the ones who you guys are talking about. They're the ones that your games and whatnot. But that's not the reflection of reality. Even people that live in the Midwest, people who live in southern states, right? That is not the reality of the kind of women. So when you start to see all that happen, you're like, oh, damn. Oh, okay. Y'all are not about the betterment of men. Y'all are about the money. Okay, I get it. Okay, now I get it, right? But then now you're starting to see the level of women again. And one thing that shocked me, right, when the whole Yende, everyone likes to call it a kick door. It wasn't a kick door. The door wasn't damaged, right? But he was there. He showed up, right?
Yeah, it was unlocked.
And it was unlocked, right? So he shows up there, and as the girls were leaving, right? And I slowed down. Y'all, if y'all didn't see the one reaction videos I did, y'all go check that out. That was the other one among the ones that's getting taken down. I recognize the link, right? You can't click on it, but I recognize it. And when she said was, I fought my father and my brother in the same day, right before she left. And I was like, whoa. What kind of background? Where y'all find her? Where did y'all find her, bro? Because someone who's getting beaten up by her daddy and her brother, right? I'm telling you, right? That's someone who doesn't have a healthy mindset to talk about relationships. Matter of fact, that's the kind of person where they come in and talk about relationships, they're already coming from a damaged point of view. So someone who got beat up by their dad and their brother, two male figures in her life, in her entire family that she grew up with, right? Beating on her. What outlook do you expect she's going to have on men? And how do you think Fresh and Fit are going to take that outlook to fit into their narrative? You make it make sense. Because when I see that, then I start to think, oh, you guys, this is where disingenuous is. Because you guys aren't here to have genuine conversations. You guys are here cherry picking the girls to fit your narrative so these boys can keep paying you. That's what this is. That's what this is all about. So then I come out and call it out, then I'm a hater. I'm fake. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Now that we don't already have girls on our show, some of them they actually hit up with. And if y'all think Myron is done, right? Yende already exposed this on it. One of the girls we actually had on the show, this motherfucker tried to hit up on. He tried to hit up on her with the same bullshit game he did with Anna Quinn. I'm gonna expose that too on here. Shit, why not? We all exposing, why not? Hey, you wanna cancel me? I'm gonna drop it, dog. I'm gonna drop it. You hitting up the same girls with the exact same messaging and style that you hit up Anna that got you on this mess, and then you're wondering why people are still coming at you. You wonder why people still criticize you because you fucked up once and you had the potential to do it again. Only in this case, the bigger you get, the more of an embarrassment you become. And not only that, look at the guys who made you, who helped y'all get to where you are. Look how you make them look. The O'Shea Duke Jacksons, the Donnie Boys. Well, Donnie Boy already made himself look like an idiot. But all these other dudes that backed you when you guys were on your rise, Kevin Samuels, all these other people, you make them look like idiots for even still dealing with you. The roommates.
Yeah, roommates. Yeah.
Still mess with
some of the smartest brothers around.
Yeah, they still mess with
Everyone
them.
that fuck with you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Johnny. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate it. Thanks for being patient.
What's up, guys? I just wanted to drop by to say a few words. Duke, I love the work you do. I think you're the
Appreciate it,
fucking
brother.
man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Keep your fucking foot on these guys' necks, bro. You need to stomp these guys out like the fucking cockroaches that they are, bro.
Oh, you best believe it.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, man, because look, I'm not going to lie, they do provide some value, like the guests they have on
Absolutely.
and stuff, but I think that the ideologies that they push far outweigh the good that they do. So, personally, I believe that YouTube as a whole would be better off without them. I don't agree with cancel
So
culture.
you're of the camp of just getting rid of them, huh? I mean, they got 7 days.
Here's the thing. I'm very against cancel culture, but if they cancel themselves, all right, let them do it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to advocate for like people actively trying to go at them, but if they shoot themselves in the foot, then fuck it. Let them do it.
Shit. Oh, wow. Hey, listen. I mean, we had the other judge come up here, and he said the exact same thing, right? I personally don't like, cancel culture. That I get a little, tip in and step around because, because it's one of those things that can easily be flipped around you. We're human beings. We're all have the capability of fucking up sometimes, right? And I understand that, right? But in this case, I understand where they're coming from. It's just that it's really hard to defend this, dog. Like I'm really like generally trying to defend this, dude. But like I do think, like, other than the fact that just free speech for the sake of free speech, there's really like nothing else I can say for it, right? Because I want to say like a lot of the shit that they have, it's capped. Some of this you find some gems in there. It's the messaging, right, and the energy, the toxic energy behind it is what I have the problem with, right? But then how can you quantify the energy that they have, right? Oh, he's angry and whatnot. Okay, right? But how can you measure that with the anger he's having is rubbing off on other dudes and whatnot? We know it's happening, but there's no real way of like actually measuring that, right? So it's one of those things where I get that this is the ideology that they're spitting out, and I get that this is a lot of stuff the young boys are buying into, but is there a space for them? I also think yes, right? Because what also happens is a lot of the dudes, and I would say this, right? A lot of the dudes that used to follow them, they're over here. A lot of the girls that used to follow them or some of these other hardline spaces, right, but never really had a voice, they over here. And the reason why they're over here is because there's an alternative. there's an alternative to the message. And I believe that the fact that there's an alternative saying, hey, listen, guys, we're not out here trying to sell you shit. All right, listen, I got my own brand. I don't need your fucking money. I ain't gonna sit here and have me begging you for super chats, begging you for snap, what do you call it, cash app. I'm not gonna do that, bro. We built all this before we even had a platform, right? Because we already knew what the hell we're gonna do. But it's one of those things where it's like, listen, pay attention to what people are telling you, and then just take the criticism, move on. But then when you don't do that, now you're making yourself look like the girls you like to rail against, and that makes it so hard for me to defend you, because then I know other young men are listening to this shit, and then they're putting all their blame on the women. So then I'm just like, it's really hard. It's really
I
hard.
agree. I feel like men, we need a space. I mean, that's why this whole community exists. But my problem is that since Fresh and Fit are so big, they're kind of the face, the representative of the community. And I don't think that they're a proper representative. And honestly, I wish that your channel was bigger and like there was more guys like you in the space, because you actually offer like the
we're growing.
nuanced.
Thank you, Fresh and Fit. We're growing, dog.
It's funny that you say that, because as much as I don't like them, I'm kind of glad that they're stepping into so much shit, because that's actually how I found your channel, because of the whole like expose videos and stuff.
Yep.
So even though they did something wrong, something good came out of it. So
Exactly. See, because then when I also think about this too, how the whole situation came about, I'm like, listen, we need a peon, okay? We need a peon in the space to say, hey, look, those are these guys, and this is the ideology here. Because the reason part, and what you just said brought up another reason why I was thinking about it, because there are so many other young men who probably feel and think the exact same way that these dudes are acting right now, but they're not saying a goddamn word, and they're taking it out in other means. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like you have this. At least these guys have an outlet to get all that hate out, right? And once that hate's out, hopefully, when they're getting older and they're growing up, they can start to look for other platforms or grow out into other platforms who are having more mature discussions with the opposite sex, rather than just setting them up to just basically rail against them. You see what I'm saying? But I do sincerely agree with your point. It's just the council culture. Poppy, what are your thoughts? You think they should stay on? Let's open it up.
Are they gonna go away? Nah, that's not gonna happen, bro.
You think they're gonna survive 7 days?
Of course, man. Yes, they will. They will. They are bringing a lot of money to YouTube work, man. So they're not going nowhere. This is just a little scared. That's all. It's a little that real quick. For people that want them to go away, no, I don't want them to go away. They are funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the dumb shit they be doing, they are hilarious. Bro.
Come on, look at Fresh. I mean, who wouldn't want to call Fresh, bro? He's the human frog. We need guys like that.
Yes.
He said he's the human fraud. I love that.
Yes. People like those are they are the example of what not to do. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, people got to blame themselves, bro. Like, why are they buying whatever they have to sell, man? It's already proven these niggas is fraud, yo.
Yeah.
These niggas is corny. Like, think about this. Will you let a blind person teach you how to drive?
Hell no. Like, what you mean?
That's exactly what they're doing, yo. They're blind, leading the blind, yo. These guys teaching men like how to navigate women, right? Yo, I can promise you, you go back to their high school homies, whatever, and ask them, yo, how they work with women when they went high school? I can guarantee, I put $5 right now. That they're gonna tell you, man, these niggas used to get smacked across the head all day long. Y'all ain't getting no play out here.
Yeah.
But some way, somehow, the beauty of the internet, everybody can become whoever they think they are. You see what I'm saying? You can become whoever it is in your head. It's not like who you really are. Like whatever person you think you are in your head, you become that. And that's not right, bro. Now you're teaching these fucking idiots how to do like vanish women. And that's not the right way, bro. That's not. But none of that shit.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Jay. No, you're absolutely right, Poppy. Go ahead, Jay.
Nah. For me, it's just more so. Like I said, this reeks of like a baby tantrum to me. That's all it is. Because, like I said, I deal with people who act like freaking children, and that they don't act, like, first of all, they're like 30 and they act like children. this is like they said some bad stuff, daddy. So therefore, I want you to punish them.
I gotta
Like,
go after him.
YouTube is their daddy. I'm like, yeah, and they can't talk to people face to face or freaking like come up like real men and freaking chat. Like, I'm sorry about that. Only weak ass people do shit like that. And I know they wouldn't stick to a guy in the hood because they're not about that life. I don't care what either of you went through.
Well, we saw an example of that. Dude pulled the gun right away. Ready to go.
He
We
wasn't
already
gonna
know
use it.
yeah.
He wasn't
We
gonna
already
use
know
that,
what it
bro.
was all about.
They weren't gonna use that. It's just all talk. Because they didn't put him in jail if they did that.
Yeah, no. The problem I have with their messaging, like, it's shit that listen. Is that do all guys go through this shit? Yeah, absolutely. All dudes go through the exact same problem. We all have women problems, dog. At some point, dog, we do, right? But a lot of the stuff that they talk about is stuff that they could easily solve in high school, right? That's what a lot of my women problems were solved in high school, right? Middle school I had a problem with it, right? Talking to these girls and whatnot. High school, I'm looking around like, all right, well, what are these guys doing? And they're getting all the girls hubbing around them. I got to do what that is. All right, I guess I got to join athletics, right? I got to start getting involved in all these places. I got to start talking to more people. I start getting involved in other groups, right? I got to get people to know me, engage with me, right? So what I'm gonna do, hang on 1 second. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and join those groups or replicate what those guys are doing so I can get their results for myself. What I was doing was I was actually going out there and putting in the work. I didn't buy a course. I didn't buy any of the shit that these guys are on. I didn't do any of that. I didn't even. I'm just looking at the guys who were doing it in the fucking real world, and I went out and did the exact same thing, right? And I got that same success. So when I'm looking at these guys and they're setting up these programs and whatnot, I don't see any of that. I don't see any of the film room like we like to talk about, right? Y'all don't know what the film room is. The film room is basically after you have some form of interaction, whether it's a woman, friends, whatever it is, right? You go back home or you go back into whatever it is you return to, right? And you have a conversation and a review in your head, right? You replay that interaction in your head, almost as if you're looking at yourself in third person, observing the interaction. And once you're doing that, exactly, like you're watching tape, right? How do you get better at the sport? You go home, you watch the tape, you figure out how you ran through that hole, you figure out the holes you missed. I was a running back, so that's running through holes. Running through holes is all I know, right? So you run through the A gap, take it through, right? All right, so you see what I'm saying? So you learn that, and the same thing with the women. You think about the interactions you've had, right? Okay, I said it this way, and I remember like my legs were shaking, it's awkward, and she looked down. Oh, she must have saw me. She must have saw my leg move. I gotta do that again. So make sure I gotta be more in control next time, right? Or maybe you slipped up on a word or you say something, because girls can be vicious. I won't even lie. I've seen girls reject dudes because their toenails were off. I've seen it. So they're brutal. I know it, but you gotta take it. All right. So you go back and you say, okay, that didn't work out. Let me do what I need to do to get me to the next step. So then after I get there, then I can, you see what I'm saying? You keep building upon your failures. But you gotta go out there and fail. And I'm not seeing any of them talk about this. I'm not seeing any of it. It's just all, oh, you wanna be good with women? Buy this course, and it's gonna turn you into a lady killer. You're gonna be doing this. $700. Shit. I'm gonna tell you this. The biggest lesson you're gonna learn and you're gonna get the best money's worth is going out there and failing. That's the best lesson you're gonna learn. Because success ain't going, especially success with no work ethic, no hard work, no nothing, right? Especially if you blow up real quick or whatever the fuck it is, it doesn't last. You have to go through pain. You gotta go through failure, because failure teaches you what you need to learn in order to get past that level. But y'all don't think that way. They don't teach that. And they don't even teach that the level, especially the boss that you gotta fight at the end of each fucking level as you're going through life, is yourself. You don't hear that. You don't hear the fact that throughout this life, if you don't figure out how to get yourself to the next level, you're not gonna go anywhere. And then, on top of that, these guys don't realize that once you get to that level and you fight that boss, you get to the next level, guess what? There's going to be another boss there. There's going to be another challenge. There's always going to be these challenges as you graduate. But when you're getting through those levels of life, you're racking up experience, baby. You're racking up every single experience, even the upgrade packages you use to take care of that last boss in the last level, right? The next you get the next upgrade pack that helps you take care of the next boss for the next level, right? And as you get to the very top, you realize two things. One, there's more fucking levels, and it doesn't stop until you die. But two, the boss you've been fighting, The boss you've been scared of, the boss you've been fighting these entire years till you got to the point that you are, has been yourself this whole time, standing your own way. You don't hear that. But no, what do we hear? We put the blame on the women. How the fuck you gonna put the blame on 50% of the population and you're not even half the shit that you're trying to expect this woman to be? Oh, you gotta be submissive. What the fuck are you worthy to be submitted to? Are you worthy? Most of y'all are not. All of a sudden, Kevin Samuels has this. No, here's the thing. Kevin Samuels has this high value mold, right? All of a sudden, all these guys in the world, right? Because we already know this can only be so many. But all these guys emailing, all these guys super chat. Oh, I'm high value. I'm high value. I'm a hitman. I'm a this. I'm a that. It's like what the.
High value loser.
No, they great value. Hell, motherfuckers, great value. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're great value.
Y'all see great value brand new. I'm telling you. So my thing is, I come from a world of experience, right? And this is the shit I know. Shit like I'm telling y'all can't teach that. Y'all can't put that. Even if I came out with a course today, right? I decided to sell all you motherfuckers out. I said I'm gonna sell y'all out, and I'm gonna come out with a book, right? I come out with a book, or I come out with a course saying this is gonna help you become better. I can put all this knowledge right now in that book. Guess what, motherfucker? That still ain't gonna help your ass. That's right. Because if you want to take care of life, you want to get through it, you got to experience that pain. You have to.
There's a lot of roadblocks in life.
Here's the thing. Yeah. The problem with men and the problem with women is that the fact is we go throughout this life, because this ain't a men issue, this ain't a woman issue, it's a human being issue. We go throughout this life expecting that we're supposed to be happy. We're all supposed to be fulfilled, right? I left my husband because I wasn't happy. I quit my job because I wasn't happy. Like, let me tell you something, bro. You were never meant to be happy in this life. I'm sorry, right? That wasn't a goal for you. That's not a destination. Happiness, that comes in the moments. That's a little nuggets, right? After you're done suffering, you find the little pockets of moments in life where, whether it's spending time with your family, whether it's spending time with close friends, you're present, right, in the moment. That's where happiness is found. It's not a destination you can reach because you can keep chasing it like all these other dudes trying to chase it with the money, the women, and all that. That's not going to make you happy. Working, doing all of that, none of that makes you happy. Happiness is found in the moment where you're actually paying attention to the present, the actual space where you will always exist in. I'm sorry, bro, you don't live in the future, and you can't go back to the past. It don't exist anymore. It's done. It's over. You only exist here, in the now, in the moment. And once you realize that you exist here in the moment, that's where you be happy. That's where you be content, right? And the true peace, when you're going throughout this life, the peace comes when you accept that existence is about suffering. It's about survival. Once you accept that, it's like accepting why rain falls. It just fucking does, right? Why does life suck? Because it fucking does. Why do women suck? Because they fucking do. Why do men suck? Because they fucking do. But guess what? We're fucking human beings, bro. We're human beings. We all suck. I wake up in the morning, I take a dump, so does she. So why do I put her on a better pedestal than me? Let me go holler at her and see what's up. Vice versa. This shit's easy. But the thing is, y'all stop listening to the goddamn message and start looking at what people have and basing what you guys should be listening to off of that. Now understand, that's not real. Ain't nothing real about that. But I don't know, man. I kind of went in. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, dude.
Get your shit up. That's
the shit. When I look at that, man, right, and when people say, "Oh no, you guys are fake," or they come in your comments and say, "Where your money at?" I'm like, bro, do you know what I do? Bro, like, do you know what I do, bro? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna say shit, bro. I'm gonna say this. All the six figures that these guys are talking about, bro, I was making that at 19. Like at 19 years old, I had guys who were in their 50s, who were years older than me, telling me, yo, especially in the industry I was working in, they would tell me, bro, I wish I was your age making the same kind of money you're making right now. All the goddamn time I was doing it. Now, I was young and I did do some dumb shit with it. And some of y'all who was following this channel long enough, y'all know I got into some crazy shit, dog. And I'm a young guy with a fuck ton of money. Listen, man, after you pay all your goddamn bills and you got thousands of dollars left over, bro,
party time.
We partying, dog. You give a 19-year-old.
I can understand the mindset.
But that's the thing. That was my mindset, right? And that's the thing. So I already all that stuff. And guess what? I didn't need to take a course to be a high value man to do it. I didn't need to buy a course. I didn't do all that. You know what I did? I went to go sell. I sold cars. I sold financial products. I sold. That's what I did. I sold myself, most importantly. And through that, taking the pain, taking the rejection that comes with all that, I understood how to deal with people better. I understood how to handle myself better in certain uncomfortable situations. I became comfortable with the suck. I became comfortable with the hurt. I became comfortable with the uncomfortable of life. That's what I became comfortable with. And when I come out here and I deal with people and I deal with everything, I already know what the fucking game's all about. I can tell when someone's on some bullshit before they even fucking come up with it because I've already seen you before. I've dealt with it. I had that life experience. And this is what we're just trying to tell you. This is all we're trying to tell you. We're not saying, bro, don't listen to them. We're not saying don't do that because, believe it or not, Fresh and Fit, they're part of the experience. This life, they're part of it. You need to experience ideas like that. You also need to experience ideas like this. You also need to experience like ideas that comes in all these different platforms. You got to experience those ideas because those ideas are gonna help you become more of a wholesome human being. But y'all listen to one, you buy into it, you invest in all of it, and because you're so invested in this damn idea that isn't even healthy for you, right? You disregard all the other ideas that are out there, and matter of fact, you go out and demonize it without at least being curious. All you have to do is be curious. Open your mind a little bit. And once you do that, do a little bit of critical thinking. You should try it sometime, right? Do a little bit of that, you realize something. That life isn't just black and white. There's a lot of nuance in it. That's why y'all can sit there and say, whoa, how can you talk about like Fresh and Fit and be so rude and mean to them, but then all of a sudden come out and say that you respect their work ethic and you respect their work? Because I can hold two fucking ideas in my head, bozos. Because I can do that. I can do that. I can recognize the hard work because I work hard. You see what I'm saying? When you pay attention to other people and get out of your own head, what you start to do and you start to notice aspects of yourself in other people. This is what happens when you spend time in the real world rather than online. People are different.
Yeah.
And once you start recognizing yourself in other people, you become more empathetic. You become more, matter of fact, you become more of a people ally. I used to say all the time, I used to have a love-hate relationship with people because essentially I love people for what they are and what they become, what they could be, but then I also understand people because I understand myself, right? That's the exact same thing. You have a love-hate relationship, but you start to see aspects of yourself in other people. So I can look at them, I can look at Myron Gaines and say, that brother works hard. He just says some dumb shit, right? I look at Fresh and I can say, yeah, this nigga knows how to connect with people. He definitely does. I'm not going to take that away from him, but he doesn't. He says some dumb shit.
Yeah.
You can hold those ideas simultaneously, and this is what it's part of making you a wholesome man. Go ahead.
Why do you think, to piggyback from your point, why do you think they are like that, son? Because they're trying to portray a life that they're not. They don't want to be who they really are, though.
It's the Miami culture,
they have
bro.
to sell you the persona.
Mm-hmm.
They have to sell you the persona because they know the persona is the one that getting them paid. And trust me, them boys getting paid, bro. Them boys getting paid. There's a lot of weirdos out there that send the money, yo.
Right. I wouldn't say it's necessarily just about the money, right? But it's something like, and you see this with a lot of these guys, right? And that's why I like to preach that, don't avoid women on your way to becoming a high value man. You don't need to avoid women until you're 30, but like some of these guys like to preach. I don't even believe in that, right? Because I got good with women even before I was even on my way to being what I need to be. But along the way, I'm still talking to girls. I'm still dealing with girls. I'm still doing my thing. The thing is, you need that. You need that. If anything, that should be considered part of personal
Part of
development.
the package.
Because women are 50% of they're the other half of the population. And guess what? Even no matter when you turn 30, there are gonna be women there. They're always gonna be there. Unless you decide to Thanos snap all of them, right? Take all their souls away like Fresh, right? Unless you do that, there are always gonna be women there. So why would you want to learn later when the game will change from when you were younger versus learning along the way? Building those experiences, building those skills. So I advocate for guys to go out there and deal with women before they're even high value, right? But obviously know the pitfalls and signs that comes with it, right? Obviously, know that you gotta protect yourself. Whether it's a camera, whether it's wrapping up, whether it's all these different means to make sure that you're doing what you need to do and you're staying on your path and no distractions. That's all you gotta do, right? But these guys push the opposite. They go, no, don't you dare look at these girls. Don't you dare look at these young girls. No. You say that for us. We're already 30. We're 30 bucks. We get the young girls, okay? We got the money and all that. We get the young girls. But you guys just focus on getting the money. Okay, they get the money. Now they're 30, have zero experience with women. Well, guess what? I'm gonna go buy a Fresh and Fit course. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go buy a Fresh&Fit course because that's what I have, right? And I have zero experience, and I'm frustrated because I don't understand the game, and I'm gonna explain that. I'm gonna have it. Oh shit, we got Low in the building. What's good, brother?
What's up? What's
Hey,
up? What's up? What's
I'm
up?
gonna tell you that I'll fuck with your shit heavy, dog. You funny as hell, especially your what do you call it? Your other channel where you do the reviews on the basketball.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure.
What is good, man? I just hey, you guys. You guys are smack dab in the middle of this whole thing. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you just take the floor on this one, bro.
No, I wanted to come here. I was watching their stream and I was like, it's nothing but an echo chamber. So there's literally no need for me to even be in there. But I just came in here, show support. I love what you was doing. I caught on to you when I guess back in August with the whole debacle and you and Abba was doing a stream. Just came here to show support and probably give perspective from another point of view that I think a lot of people probably aren't too familiar with.
Okay. Go ahead. So what are your perspective, man?
I think because the interesting thing I think a lot of people are missing about this because I think the gentleman also said like why exactly do they do this? I personally, just my own personal belief, even separate from agent. I personally feel like I genuinely believe that they are attempting to scam like a large portion of men. I just believe that to be the case, and the only reason why I believe that to be the case is even I don't know if people even looked at their courses and stuff like that, but it's like some of that stuff. I'm not going to say it's word for word copy and paste, but it's very redundant from a lot of other people. Not only that, it's things that you can clearly tell they're not familiar with because when you actually watch the things that they say on stream, either they contradict what they do in their actual life. I think there's multiple examples of that, but also it doesn't really add up to like logistically speaking, how does it work out? And I think you just highlighted one of them where you're like telling men not to interact with women at all until they get money or something like that. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you end up looking like fucking Walter where you don't know how to you don't know how to interact with women at all, and so you have money. Hopefully, you get to that stage of your life where you have an abundance of money, and you don't know how to interact. So you then end up being the lick that someone like Walter is, and they just take advantage of you over and over and over again. And it's like this ongoing cycle that it's so odd to me that they push, but it makes sense for their bottom dollar because I genuinely believe that they are scamming men. I genuinely believe that.
You're absolutely right because these guys, these fools say one thing and then they turn around and pivot to the next, and it's like, bro, like if you're inconsistent yourself, how do you not expect your audience to be that same way unless you don't care about them? And then in that case, we understand. And then, but these guys don't. And then they come at you. Well, it's coming at us for sure. We get the brunt of it. Oh, you clout chasing and you hating. I'm like, what do you mean, bro? Like, I'm not out here flexing. I'm not. You can easily do that. No one is doing that. We just out here pointing out ideas. And does the ideas match? All right. And that's another thing, right? Because you were talking about like getting to the wait until you get 30 and then finding women and whatnot. Why do you think we have so many simps right now out here? Right? Yeah. Why do you think we have so? And when you get to that point, right? Because you weren't building the arsenals you needed to basically, once you get to that point, protect your money and deal with women, right? In a way, good way, knowing which kind of women to deal with, because you could already known that based off the experience. But because you don't know that, your only tool in your freaking war chest is your money. And you don't think the girls can see that? Like, are you tripping, dog? So clearly, it's not the greatest advice for these dudes to be taken. And when they get to that spot where these high value males, and I know a lot of high value males, and I know most of them, they don't know how to get boxed like that. They worked, then pay attention to women. They got to the top. Now they're talking about, hey, Drew, how do I talk to this? How do I respond to this? How do I say this? Because they don't have the experience. All they got is their money.
Well, and what's odd is that it's very clear that like Fresh or Walter, whatever his name is, he applies to that type of person immediately, and it's very clear that they feed off of that, like that energy in their audience. Because again, like if you go look at their videos, bro, we're talking about a channel that now has over 500,000 subs. Congrats to them, which is great. But then when you look at what actually gets views on their channel, bro, they're like mass uploading now. They talk about views, but they don't talk about how often they've uploaded now. Yeah. You start uploading, and that I'm pretty sure they're counting what are the little TikTok shit that they have on YouTube now.
Hold up, let me show you low. I'm gonna show you why they're blowing up so fast. I don't even think their subs are real, bro. Like I real talk.
I've thought about that as well.
I'm gonna show you some proof, bro. Look at this. You see this right here?
Wow.
Right here, dog. Right here. There's a video.
I've actually never seen that.
No, I exposed this a long time ago, but like this was during that whole controversy. No one else was talking about this, right? Because then their sub count was going up, and I'm like, yo, y'all need. That's why I put that whole video with the Goku and whatnot, because this is what it was coming from, right? So I thought it was actually over, but I was wrong because I didn't pay attention until I got back here. But they got 22 more days. I remember when they were doing it, they had 80 days, and they started back in September. September of this year. That was when after the whole controversy hit, and they were looking for new ways to get their view up. So they mixed up adding not TikTok, what do you call it, YouTube Shorts, right, to pad their views. YouTube Short along with the regular viewership. But it also kind of like you buying Instagram subs, right? You always gotta you don't just buy the Instagram likes or followers. You also gotta buy the fucking little pieces that come with it, because otherwise your fucking pages look weird, right? You got 20,000 likes, but then you have 62 fucking likes on a post. Like, make it make sense, people. So in order to pad that and make their views look good, that's what they do. But read that shit. You gotta like the page.
You know what's so crazy? You know what's crazy? A, that's against the community guidelines. They could legitimately get their whole channel removed based off of just this alone. But B, it's so odd to me how often, and it's not odd to me, but it's crazy to me how many people believe it. That they're literally pushing this idea that people are just hating on them, and things like this. Like, I didn't even know about this, but things like this exist. People know about it, and we still don't blow the whistle on them. There's like the video that they attacked us on, that they did so many community guidelines. They violated so many community guidelines in that video. Yeah. There's so many things they did, and we still didn't say anything. So the audacity of them to go out of their way to put this much attention on their channel, and they're doing all these other things, and like more shit just keeps getting revealed. Like, because I did not know that. I did not know this is what they're doing right now.
This is a big part of their sub growth. Like, that's why this is why I was going even harder at them, right? Because I'm like, okay, if you're not really out here in the space to help men, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, is this just for you guys to get to 1 million subs by any means necessary? Or is it about the methods? Exactly what it is.
It is.
But these dudes don't see this, man. They look at this and say, oh no, you're a clout chaser. The fact that he says your first place prize, if you refer 1,000 people, right, to sub to the page, you get a free trip to Miami, plus the $1,000 cash prize, and you get a Rolex.
Yo, this is nasty.
You get a Rolex, dog.
This is crazy. I've actually.
So I'm telling you, when they were at 300,000, when they dropped after that big controversy, low, right? When they dropped, this is when this came out. Because July, that whole shit was popping off, and then this is when that whole stuff came out. And what I said when that video came out, I said, y'all watch. They're gonna try to use this because not a lot of people know about this, but they're gonna try to use this and the fact that they're padding their YouTube shorts and whatnot as some kind of comeback story. Like, this is how we bounce back. All the haters, yeah. Look at us now. We almost 500,000. Look, all y'all hating. They're probably gonna go back on your channel. Like, hey, look, we have 500K now. It's like, we know how you're doing it though. But at least we know. Some of the other guys don't, right? They don't pay attention to you. But this is the scam.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. And again, they're doing it just to build a perspective about themselves amongst their audience. And again, it's sad and ironic, because if the whole premise of being in the red pill community, if that's the whole premise, is for you not to avoid being duped like this. Like, you're supposed to see through it. You took the red pill so you can see the truth, like what's really going on behind the scenes. If that's what you do, and you're claiming that's who you cater to, and that's the community that you're in, how is it that you get to a point where you are participating in a bunch of bullshit behind the scenes, A, and B, how is your audience really participating in that if they can't even see the bullshit? That's crazy.
No, they took the red pill, all right.
They don't care,
kept them stuck in that matrix. The only thing it exposed is the fact that the dudes that are supposed to be exposing the red pill are the fake ones.
I've actually
like I said, overly emotional. That's what I think it is.
Yo, can you send me that link?
Hey, I would send you that link, bro. I would send
that's
you. I'm put in the private chat right now. No, that's what. Look. I'm glad. Listen, no one else knew this was going on, and people would just call me a hater or say, "Oh, you made this up yourself." I'm like, what the? Like, you know the amount of Why? Like, why? Just ask yourself this question. Like, why would I do any of this? I'm literally just out here to make sure that everything that y'all doing is genuine, bro.
Isn't there a video that was connected to that though?
Yeah, well, actually, let's play it. I'm gonna play it. I'm not. Listen.
It's their video. So how can you make it if they
Let me know if y'all can hear it.
About to launch ffspiritbomb.com, guys. And this giveaway.
Hold on, low. Let me ask you this: have you seen the? Have you seen?
Dumb.
Have you seen?
Dumb.
Have you seen a music video this dude had out to? Or the
I've
high
seen
value
that.
man song?
I've seen so many, and you know what's so crazy? They were just on stream today. This is the reason why I left. They were just on stream, and they said, "I'm trying to figure out like when do we ever call ourselves alpha males or high value men?" And I'm like, "You made a fucking song. You made a song." And then you got the people in the fucking echo chamber like, "Oh yeah, when did they ever do that?" I'm like, "What the fuck? I have a whole song."
Yo, they are so disconnected from reality that they
The song is called I'm a high value man. That's real, bro. Hold on, let's keep playing. Let's keep playing.
No, to defeat his enemies, he would have to use a spirit bomb, throw it at the person, and he would get the support from all the people. We need your guys' support to hit 1 million subscribers. So, we got this giveaway. You need to only do 3 things. Number 1, subscribe to the Fresh&Fit channel. Number 2, subscribe to the Fresh&Fit Clips channel. And then number 3, if you want the Rolex, go ahead and sign up for Identity IQ, which the link will be below. Tell them about that Rolex.
Guys, we're gonna wear a brand new Rolex 2021. Not this one iced out, but two-tone, brand new watch. Just for the supporters, for y'all. We got y'all.
Y'all got 22 days.
I'm about to get these niggas off the platform. This is nuts, nigga.
Now, you guys don't want to sign up for Identity IQ or whatever it may be. That's okay, but if you want the Rolex, you got to sign up for it. Now, we're gonna have a bunch of other prizes.
Hold on. If you want the Rolex, so it's not what they were telling you here, right? If you want the Rolex, dog, you gotta buy the Identity IQ, right? You gotta sign up for $1 a month. You pay $1 a month.
You pay them $1 a month?
It's a fake Rolex.
I can't do this.
You know,
Low.
dude, you know what I'm realizing? These guys are a bunch of just freaking like a bunch of like whores and just trying to whore themselves out to get some freaking views and money.
Listen, that's exactly. Go ahead. No, you. That's right. I posted it in the private chat, by the way. There you go.
I saw it.
There it is, right there. Fresh and Fit. Spirit bomb. You want to see how Goki get down? Hey, y'all. He wants your energy. You got to give him all your souls, bro. It's not enough. You got 22 days to give up all your souls. So these dudes can get them.
Yeah, but guess what? You know what? If you get the Rolex, you get burning desires. You get burning desires. You get that Rolex.
He was also talking about on the last stream when he got exposed with that one chick, right? Miranda, I think her name was. And he was basically talking about the STDs. And he was like, only real niggas get burned. And I'm like, whoa, what? Yo.
What?
There's no way, yo.
Dog, he said that. Dog, let me go.
What?
I was like, yo, I can't. This dude has to be stopped. Like, clearly, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. And clearly, so it's not that you slept with 1,000 women, but clearly, because it's like, how do you do all that and not get some kind of sexual infection, right? Let me back, right? How do you do 1,000 women unprotected, like he says he does, right, and not get burned? And then he's like, only real players get burned. Oh, we done. Okay. I see it. I'm gonna pull it up. I did a reaction to that, and that was another one they were trying to take down. It was just 9 of my videos, dog.
Yo, don't follow those advices, man. Please.
Don't get burned, dog. Please. Wear a condom, fellas. Okay.
Strap up twice.
don't do what these dudes are doing. But let's play some more while I pull this shit up, y'all. Listen, bro. We expose a lot about these.
I'll go through them real quick. 5 referrals, you get a personal thank you video sent to you, right? Next, 10 referrals, you get a shout out live on air, plus the prior prize, which is the video. Then 25 referrals, FaceTime call with me and Fresh. 50 referrals, stay over there t-shirt, which is an exclusive, okay? 100 referrals, AirPod Pro sweepstakes, plus everything prior. 500 referrals, enter to win a PlayStation 5 and all the prior prizes.
A PS5, dog.
1,000 referrals, free trip to Miami, chill with me and Fresh, and you get to come and hang out in the studio, okay, and all the other prior prizes. And then the second prize, win is cash prize plus with everything else $1,000, and then the first place prize is a trip, the cash prize, and the Rolex, guys.
Guys, I want you to imagine yourself coming to Miami, meeting us in person, going out with us, getting the Rolex on your hand, watching the show live in studio. It's gonna be the best price ever.
What the?
Get that rolling. Get that rolling.
And everyone for the Miami trip, I think first and second prizes, you guys will definitely.
The show's our sponsor at AQ.
Yep.
Fresh&Fit collab. Million stuff. Let's get it.
Only 3 things, guys. Remember, subscribe to Fresh&Fit channel. Number 2, Fresh&Fit Clips channel. Then number 3, sign up for Identity IQ if you want the Rolex. And just you're gonna get a referral code when you sign up. Give it to your friends. Have them subscribe. Done. Peace.
Yo, those
Hey,
are nasty.
listen, now y'all got 21 days. Now y'all got 20. Hey, time's ticking, brothers. Hey, you want that Rolex or what? Hey, this is it right here. Hey, Fresh. This is my stream. Come take it down, bro. I did this. This is my video. Come take it down, dog. All right, let me see where he said that shit at, bro, because it was wild. I couldn't believe this shit.
I think it was before when he said he smashed like over 1,000, bro.
Huh? What'd you say, Bobby?
I think he said that when right before when he said he fucked 1,000 females. That's when he said
All
that.
right, so like right about here.
How does this shit keep getting worse? Like, I don't understand how this.
Cause they faking it, my nigga.
No,
That's why.
it keeps getting worse because that's what I was saying, man. It doesn't matter how big you guys become. Like if you guys don't fix the internal rot that is you guys, like you as a whole, you think being big is gonna like just automatically get rid of all criticism? That's not how that shit works, bro. You gotta
Make it
fix
bigger.
yourselves.
Make it bigger.
Y'all are fucked up. Essentially, the bigger you get, the more your sides get exposed, bro. You can't cover all of it. So if you're gonna get exposed, this is listen. This is all. Just look at. They're in a relaxed setting right now, and this dude still finds a chain to put on and watch. It's like, yo, she's like dressed down right now. You can clearly tell not a whole lot of makeup on. You still gotta show out. Like why? Like what are you? What?
That's that cornball shit right there.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
That's that cornball shit.
That's what I'm saying. So let me see if I can find it real quick because it was wild.
Wait. Where was it?
Damn! Yo, look at the caps. It was after he said he slept with 1,000 women.
His own people's killing him, bro. His own followers. His own people killing him, bro. His own
They
followers.
don't believe him. They're not real.
There's a whole culture of women coming from UK, coming from like.
I think this is where he says it.
Italy, coming from Germany, basically from the States as well. And
Hey, bro, they spam the cap, bro. They're spamming the cap right now.
sex. For me, I was in the position where like I just did cleanup.
There's our caps.
No, I actually knew.
Well, them boys is lost, bro.
Very
I
lost.
wasn't in a. I had like a setup where like I would go every night to the same bar. My brother was a DJ.
Bro, even look at her face, dog. She's disgusted by this dude. Like,
Man,
man,
no, you're wrong. You're wrong, dude. You just don't believe him. Like, nigga, please. Nigga, please.
19. So 19 to like 23. And then,
Wait, hold on. From 19 to 23. Okay, wait, but we'll just do simple math.
Whoa, what? He said he did that between 19 and 23?
Yeah.
No cap.
1,000 women, 19 and 23. Like,
I tried to get when he said that and we reacted to it on our last video before they took it down. Bro, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, all right, maybe if he did this within a decade span, maybe. This nigga said he did it in 4 years, bro.
it just keeps getting worse, dog. 1,000 women. 1,000 women, dog. It gets wild. Look at this. Look at this.
Barbados had status, but like it's not like I was a nobody. I found it was pretty well off over there.
Look at this.
And yeah. So now you guys know the truth. Like no cap, real talk. That's what it really is. And it's no troll, man. It's no troll.
Pause it real quick. Hold on. You pause it. I think that. Look at this. Look at her face, real quick. I want y'all to pay attention to this girl's face. This is like someone who's very
Yo, this is too funny, yo.
Number 1,000 and what? 1023, right? Yeah, punch a ticket, please. Does she look fucking pleased? She even freaking said you probably won't
This
see
nigga
me
got in the
again.
diary.
What the hell does this matter? Why do you think it was a good idea to put us, dude? Like it just shows you that this guy is just surface level to the goddamn core. Like it doesn't make any sense because like there's no self awareness there, bro. If this is the girl that you're actually digging, like what do you like?
Well, there have been some conspiracy theories in the comments that she's actually getting paid.
Hold up, let me gonna skip a ways away, right? Because I think because we kind of talked through that, but I want to see when he gets back in.
Look, Chris Brown said he's not gonna.
Chris Brown, you was asking
Look at this, dog. Look who, like, look at
I
your own,
always see your comments.
your own people,
telling
dog.
you, do I think he's lying? No, I honestly sadly don't think that he's lying. Apparently I underestimated. I just said that I overestimated what it was going to be. I underestimated that shit. It's okay.
Guys,
Bro.
how much do you want? How much do you want to bet that she thinks she definitely thinks he's lying, but you know she's part of like the grift now? And
Look at the caps, dog.
Dating or something.
Kevin.
So type of one in the chat if you think she's at. Type of one in the chat if you think she's telling the truth. Type of two in the chat if you think that she's trying to cover for her new man.
Are you thinking it's one of these like Instagram like YouTube kind of relationship thing that you're trying to spin off? Is that what you? Because hey, listen.
We'll do the DJ Academics clip right after that.
You know, it is what it is.
Look,
it's fine.
Hey, I'm gonna catch you. I gotta head out. But this is this is crazy.
White Lambo got serious, and then White Lambo like hard movie because for
I
example,
was gonna say, hold on.
you know me, like how he just moved.
I want to see how when he says it because he does say
That
it.
was weird, but he was saying that shit.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
Bro, she
That-
is so
that
checked
basically-
out, dog. He is so.
That basically means she's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hold up. It's got to be here.
But it's anywhere near 1,000. Like,
yo,
nowhere.
I ain't gonna hold you, man.
Neither is Fresh's body count.
Chat niggas, real talk, bro. Don't do it. I'll tell you why. You're gonna get burnt a bunch of times, and I mean a bunch of times. Thank God I'm nothing like serious. Thank the Lord, but like, bro, don't do it.
Whoa!
What is he even talking about?
Yeah, in the past, nigga. Yo, any real player has had a name in it.
Like,
Hopefully, nothing
You
serious.
hear what he said there, dude? He said any real
If it's not
player.
serious, then
Hold on.
thank the Lord, but like,
Bro,
don't
come
do it.
on.
How are you,
There's
man?
no way he's saying this. What in the world is he saying?
Bro, listen. Listen.
yeah.
Listen. Low. You missed it. Low.
No, I heard he said any real player. I heard that.
Any real player gets, bro. I just want you to see that. I know you gotta go, bro, but I just want you to see that. Like, I shit you not, these dudes are mad, just weird. like this is why they have to be stopped, dog. Like this is like think about it. How many young men who are following these ideologies? Because that's what it is. It's all talking points. It's not really more of like a. It's not. There's nothing constructive about it. Following this and say, okay, I'm gonna go out have sex with all these, or try to have sex with all these women unprotected, but it's cool because the guy who's telling me that it's okay, it's cool because I got burned. He said only real players do it, so I got a badge on my. I got a notch on my belt. This is what
That's
it
like
is.
a graduation party.
But we're cloud chasers. I'm telling you, dog. What are your thoughts, bro?
No, that's crazy. That's crazy. I've never heard anybody try to get themselves a pat on the back for an STI or STD. I've never heard that a day in my life. That's crazy. That's nuts.
Hey, that's why when I was like, and when Abba said, listen, there's
Well,
a lot of shit
that's
that
where you're wrong, buddy.
y'all could probably get taken down for or flagged. Right, this is what it is. Like this is shit that we're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
That's what we call them the hardline red pillars, right? So that because I don't agree with the red pill. I agree with some of the shit that they say, but these guys, they're too hardline with it. Like it's just like too rigid, bro. This is not what it was all about. And y'all just bastardizing the whole ideology. So yeah, that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Anything else you gotta say? I mean, I appreciate you being on here, man. Real talk.
No, I appreciate y'all for spreading more information because the giveaway, the sub giveaway thing to me is like. I don't even actually want to do a video. I didn't know that. I don't even want to do a video on it because I believe if we do a video on it, they might actually they're already on trajectory to lose their channel, but they might actually lose it much sooner if like somebody really sheds light on that. Like I genuinely believe that. That's crazy. And again, like we don't even really want them to lose a channel, but like the more and more stuff that they get like learned about is crazy. But yeah, if somebody does a video on that and it gets like hundreds of thousands of like views on it, bro, they might lose their channel that night.
Yeah, it's done.
That's like immediately against community guidelines. So
Yeah.
I thank y'all for highlighting that. I thank y'all for having me on. Like I said, I love the show, man. Love the show.
I appreciate it, Lo.
All
I
right, Lo, man.
appreciate
You
that.
will, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Straight up, bro. But hey, y'all heard it there. Like this is this is some serious shit. Michael, Christian, welcome to the stream, brothers. I'll put you guys on. We got about another 10 minutes and we'll wrap it up. What do you guys got to say on this topic?
I want to say this simple. What the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers, man? Like, for real. No, we're like undercover simps, man. I remember I was up on the fucking Pascal show one time, and I was literally explaining like how Fresh and Fit are literally like wanna be alpha bozos, thinking they got it all, and like become behind the scenes and want to act like undercover simps, literally going hardcore clout chasing, acting like fucking Andy Cuomo. And I said it earlier, don't be surprised if they say Lily runs over the ground sooner than later. Like, I hope it doesn't happen based on what I saw, all that crazy chaos and controversy going down. But the way that this is going on right now with like the lawsuits and freaking what do you call it? Like all like the copyright stuff's been going on over fair use that you guys have been literally reviewing and transforming by nature, which they fail to realize and which they fail to do diligence. Don't be surprised, if YouTube comes up and they thoroughly analyze that town and gets their ass up the fuck up out of here in one time.
Hold up. I missed the super chat here. Somebody dropped a $50. Jermaine Glenn, what's good, brother? I gotta try to find your super chat real quick. Go ahead. Oh, Adriano Valentino, I appreciate you. Thank you for the $10 super chat, brother. Low scum human beings are people who take advantage of other vulnerable people's emotions. I wanted to smash Myron in the face for making fun of Playback's weight. That would tick me off. Subscribe. No, that's what's up, man. No, even when the way you make fun of the weight, and even the response to it, where they're like, "Yo, this is somebody's gain is way the fuck up." I can hear everything, dog. But like, it's one of those things where I'm sitting there like, "Yo, why you going towards the ad hominems and the personal attacks, dog?" They combated your ideas. The ideas of you talking about you slept with 1,000 women. That wasn't true, and they clowned it. So why are you giving them that kind of hate, especially the style of hate that comes from high schoolers? That makes no sense. Or should come from high schoolers. Jermaine Glenn, $50 super chat. Shout out to you. Appreciate it, bro. This story needs to be a Netflix series like Tiger King. That is facts, dog. That is facts. That is facts. Hey, Michael, what do you got?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Who is that? Who's that with the theme? I can hear the background like chirping. Hold up. No, it's not.
Somebody probably got their YouTube open.
My bad.
I closed mine. So we're all good.
All right. Hold up. Me, I'm Christian again.
Close your YouTube page.
Nah, it wasn't Christian.
I think it's me because
my
hands downstairs cleaning up, so that's why
No, you good. It was Michael, but no, Michael's talking now. So go ahead, Michael. You're gonna mute yourself. You good. You still mute, bro?
No, I'm gonna put in my headphones so it's just a lot of noise. Is that better?
Okay, perfect. Yeah. This is actually a lot better. Yeah, this is good. Perfect. What are your thoughts, brother?
First things first. Let me say a shout out to Papi. Finally nice to talk to you in person. We've always been chatting with each other through the chat. So,
yes, sir. Always.
And also, one thing I want to say about Fresh is this: if he slept with 1,000 women, then I'm Porfirio Rubirosa. And so for her, I'm not sure if you guys know Porfirio Rubirosa is the greatest player. Yeah. So Papi knows what I'm talking about. If you want to talk about players, he man is truly is the GOAT. So for those of you who don't know what Porfirio Rubirosa is, look him up. I'll drop the name in the chat so you can look him up. That's what a true player really is. So I just want to get that out the way. And in this whole Fresh and Fit situation, I mean, Boy, it's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing I just want to say is that I'm just really tired of the narrative that they're trying to push. Where they're trying to make women out to be whores and 304s and sluts and tools to be used because and it's sad that a lot of the supporters can't see that because they try to give you this illusion that
You're a cloud chaser. You're chasing cloud. That's all it is. Meanwhile, that's their entire panel. That's all they do.
Wow. Hate that word. So much for the passion.
Make it make sense to me. Somebody make it make sense to me. Your whole platform in podcast is built on top of talking to people who have more popularity than you do. So what are they? What are you guys? But we're cloud chasers because we're doing what they're doing. Make it make sense, people. Jean-Claude Maurice, hopefully I'm saying that right. Maurice or Maurice. If Fresh slept with that many girls, why did he marry a single mom after?
Facts.
And why is he trying to flex in a club and Insta to get women he wants? It's because this dude wasn't really the dude that he's trying to teach you guys to be. Because if he was actually following his own advice and dealing with women and banging all these chicks from the Caribbean or whatever the hell he's been doing, right? Marrying a single mom wouldn't have even crossed his mind, right? Because that's something they preach about. Oh, we're never gonna do that. We're never gonna do that, right? While he goes ahead and does the exact same thing. This is before you got famous. So make it make sense, Fresh. Which one is it? Are you capping about the? Let's be real. You capping, dog. You capping, dog. No, I don't believe it. I don't buy it, dog. You didn't sleep with that many women, even if it was tourism, bro. I don't listen, dog. Listen. I'm gonna tell you this. One thing I know about chicks who go to there, they're coming out there looking for studs. And you recently tried to become fit after the podcast, so you definitely weren't fit probably when you were by Barbados. I mean, let's just be real.
These motherfuckers. The real reason why they're doing all the copyright strikes right now is because they don't want to take all the heat. They really don't want to take any constructive criticism that all these other YouTubers are actually pointing out and actually listening to opinions. They could have easily ignored all the opinions and just let it be and continue on with their show. But because they put out so much heat and they getting criticized heavily left to right for all the scandals that they've been having over the past 3-4 months, now they want to cry foul. And look what the fuck happened now.
Yep. Ooga Booga. Shout out to you. Damn, bro. I wish I had a fucking bomb button. Don, we got to program that in there. All right, but shout out to you for the big bomb dropped in here. I hope that I can help you afford a Rolex, bro, so you can unsub from them. Yeah, yes. Please, we starving over here. I ain't got no. Hey, listen. It's $20, bro. It don't even disconnect, dog. Help a brother out.
Yo,
fucking
we trying, dog. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, dog. Real talk. Hey, all this stuff we're doing, bro, is we're literally just investing it right back, man. We want to put on a good show for you guys, so I appreciate it. Some of the super chat y'all got, we got the YouTube Premium with it. We got what is it? We got the good cameras. We got all these different stuff, bro. We getting ready for y'all. We getting ready, and we get the females in the building. It's a wrap, bro. And that's the thing, bro, because that's the thing I noticed with the Fresh and Fit. It's like y'all think y'all had a market with this whole women thing. Y'all get women in the podcast, y'all talking whatnot. That's not the hardest thing to do, right? And that's why I really thought y'all had potential in the space. But because you guys can bring the women in, you guys can talk to them, and they can talk to the guys. And that was one thing I was advocating for. You guys have average dudes on there too, right? Along with these girls, you guys actually have the genuine conversation. So the average guys you guys claim to be defending, right? Then they're right there, and they can also defend themselves and when they're talking to these girls. But you don't want that because it's such a controlled freaking environment, bro. It's not even, matter of fact, it's so controlled, it's at the brother's house. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. It's just saying, dog, like, listen, bro. Listen, if you're trying to get desired results where you're going to have men and women coming out with actual discussions that's going to benefit them, that's not the way to do it. And cherry picking some of these broads who are toxic, that's not going to do it. Because what you're doing is you're reinforcing the toxic, negative ideologies these young men had about this women going in to deal with y'all in the first place. And on top of that, you're preventing them from even actually going out there and trying because they're going to think the Miami lifestyle, the kind of girls that are living around that area are the same kind of girls that exist in their area. And it's not the fucking case, bro. And that's the issue.
And dude, that's
they don't know the real Miami like I do. They don't know the real Miami like I do. I got family up in the Miami-Dade area. I got family that like owns like a business by literally North Miami. I got family up in Fort Lauderdale that grew up in Fort Lauderdale the whole time. Downtown Miami. They don't know, these motherfuckers don't even know real Miami like I did because I had family growing up over there. I've been over there when I was young. So the fact that they got to come up here and thinking that, oh, this is all glitz and glam in South Beach, you got nothing coming. It's a fucking microcosm. That's within that whole area. That's not the real Miami that you know. All right? So I just want to make that very clear. Okay?
So, but
hey,
I've
lived in Florida too.
He was speaking facts right there, bro. And this is another thing, man. This is what I wonder. Yo, this is what I wonder. These guys be pissing off some of those Miami girls, bro. Don't be surprised. One of the Miami girls have their wild ass brother pull up with a stick and spray their shit up, yo. They be like, they be ready to fight, yo. And then, I just see them girls that be swinging on them. All it takes one of them to hit one of them girls. Oh, it would be a long day for them boys, yo. I don't want to see that, to be honest with you, though. But
at Myra's own
it would
apartment
be a long day for them.
At Myra's apartment too.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. Through security at Myra's apartment.
Listen. For those guys talking in the chat, listen. If they would have an honest conversation, I don't mind going up there. I don't mind talking to them. But these dudes, they're not gonna have a real conversation with real ones, dog. They will avoid what they can. Because here's the thing. I'm gonna come out here and I like to be entertaining with y'all, but I can be a serious dude sometimes, especially when you get me in a debate, dog. Like, I'm not gonna let you get away with shit, bro. You think fucking they're petty, bro? I'm a petty motherfucker, and I'm Nigerian, so that just makes it even up here, dog. So I will hold your feet to the fire, and I'm unapologetic about it, bro. Ain't nothing scaring me like that. I already seen terrible shit in the worst part of people. Ain't nothing out here gonna scare me. But the problem is, these guys aren't gonna do that. They're not gonna do that because it's one of those things where it risks. It's kind of be like a DJ Academics episode, right? Except for it's gonna be like, oh shit, well there's Duke and Don and he's pointing it out, and now they're all the rebuttals. That's not gonna work. They're not gonna risk that, right? So even guys like Donnie Boy, right? Donnie Boy ain't gonna risk anybody coming in. He already said, I'm done debating. Kevin Ray Wilder, you guys, screw you. I'm never debating them again, right? It's like, yo, so you're closing off your platform. You're not having all these ideologies to be challenged like they should be. Okay, well, why should people keep listening to you if you should have your ideas go unchallenged, right? Because if your ideas can't fucking stand for themselves, okay, what else is happening here? What else is happening here? Are you actually helping these guys to think critically or teaching them a fucking talking point? That's why they're coming out here talking about 304s and all these different linguos and whatnot. Because y'all adopted from your daddies.
Because these motherfuckers
talking
about minded. It's that simple. It's
wild, bro.
Shout fucking minded. They don't even have too much skin in the fucking game at all. And like what you see up in Fresh&Fit with all these when they have posted up there, it's like a very small glimpse of what the whole world's about. They don't know no better at all.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
They're just nerds.
That's the big importance of it. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with being nerds. Listen, man, I used to tell people all the time, man. Even like right during middle school, right before that, I was an introvert, bro. I was mad introverted, dog. I was too busy building worlds in my own head, planning everything out to a fucking T. I was too busy doing that without actually existing and living life in reality. So in my mind, I'm sitting there like, all right, if I'm thinking about all these things that I need to do and I need to get done, I got to figure out a way to basically exact my influence in this world. And the only way to do that is to be able to be extroverted. Oh shit, I have to teach myself how to be good with people, because the one thing I recognized, especially when I was in my introverted mind, I was like, well, people are definitely important because you're going to need them to get ahead. No matter what in life, you're going to have to go through people, and you can do that one of two different ways, right? The first way is to just bull run right through people, but here's the thing, you're going to start making a lot of enemies that way, and it's going to end up in the end being counterproductive to you. Or you learn the rules of the society. You learn the rules of the game. You learn how to say things in certain ways, phrase things in certain ways where it doesn't create friction when you're dealing with when you not only deal with the opposite sex, but when you're dealing with people. Because when you do things in a way, you frame things in a way where it's reducing the amount of friction, guess what? People are gonna like you. People are gonna want to be around you. They say, hey, that guy's easy to be around. That guy's fun. I have a good time when around that guy. Yeah, positive feelings. Before you know, when we talk about recommendations or even they got a position in their office opened up, right? They're thinking about that guy that they had a great interaction with. And it wasn't just because of what the shit that we're talking about. It's just the body language and how the person made them feel. Right there. Oh man, talking to that guy, he was like he reminded me of my best friend I knew. Talking to that guy, he was real, bro. That's what it is. That's how you do it. You learn those skills to help you move through people without friction. And once you learn that, the world's your fucking oyster. That's actually how you become successful. I don't see anybody else preaching that. I don't see anybody else talking about that at all whatsoever. They're just talking about, hey, no. It's so easy, you got to provide this course. No. It's not easy. Because if it were easy, everybody be doing it. It's simple. Because it's simple. It's because everything is laid out right there, the way you can follow it, right? But there's a difference between simple and hard. Simple because everything's laid out for you. You don't have to do anything, right? But means you have to actually do the work to get there. What these guys are selling you is, no, you just take this course and you're gonna be fine. You just listen to what they say and you're gonna be fine.
Bullshit.
That's not reality, bro. You need to go out there. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, dude,
and the thing is, like,
I'm gonna let y'all have the last word.
That's fine. School won't teach you this shit. College won't even teach you this shit. Community college ain't gonna teach you that shit. Not even graduate school. Not even a PhD program. And even work to a lesser extent. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be figuring this shit out and practicing on your own. And try to learn how to meet new people along the way and keep developing your skills. I gotta learn this. We're gonna have like the same reason. I'm still struggling trying to see how I can get better at communicating. I'm getting a lot better, but I'm not all the way I should be. I'm not as like high barrier as portrayed. But as long as you get like the basics down, like get structure with your life, order, discipline, character, communication with your life, and make sure you have a strong frame, you're gonna be fine. Like the path for you is gonna be a lot similar than you think. Enough said.
Yeah, and
We'll talk, Christian.
yeah, and no, I just wanted to say this. Okay, listen, Duke, you were 100% spot on. None of this is easy. You know, it's not easy at all. I mean, listen, if for all the Fresh&Fit supporters that that probably it's maybe a little bit insecure, don't know or yet maybe learn a little something from me. I mentioned in the chat that I didn't date until I was 26, and the reason why I didn't date, and the reason why I waited so long was because I was so painfully shy. I was so introverted. I was so fearful of rejection from being ridiculed by women. But eventually, I got to a point where I said to myself, you know what? Just gotta dig in there and do it, and take the hits along the way, and keep moving forward. And it was hard. It was hard, having to answer some of the tough questions and not only get rejected, but be rejected harshly at times. But even with my ex-girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend was a single mother, and of course the narrative that gets pushed is that all single mothers are toxic and all this. But you know what? The reason why the relationship didn't work was because of me. I take full responsibility for not doing what I was supposed to do, and it was a hard lesson to learn. And now today, I'm in a healthy relationship with a beautiful Nigerian sister. So that was a question.
Hey, Nigerians, bro, we killing in house over here. We coming in, we cleaning the house, we cleaning up everything. But congrats, bro. But that's the mentality I'm talking about right there, right? Because here's the thing, I've been married before, I've been divorced, I've gone through all that, right? And here's the thing, that's what a lot of people don't freaking understand, man. It's a freaking process. But the thing is, when they talk about it takes two to tangle, you gotta understand what you did wrong with it too. When I went through my divorce, bro, I was like, oh my God, like, what is happening? Like the custody battle, child custody brought me to the manosphere, right? When I was going through custody battle, that brought me to the manosphere. That's what I'm like, yo, what's happening here? What I gotta figure out how to navigate this bullshit because I don't know what's happening, right? But I came here and I learned, and I got some valuable information, and I'm out, right? And that's what it is. But it's one of those things where I left the situation. At first, initially, I was blaming my ex. I'm like, she cheated, she did this, it is what it is. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I'm feeling all butthurt. But then you start to think, you start to look back and look at the shit that you've done. Oh shit, I wasn't a perfect little angel either. Yeah, I was neglectful. I wasn't paying attention. I was too rigid. I was all these different things that could have contributed to that, right? So now that I was able to look at myself objectively and move myself out of my own goddamn way, I can now see and have healthful relationships with other women, with other people. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with you women out there, right? When you talk about taking all this time to heal, actually put in the work. But don't just stay to yourself and focus on working and all that stuff like that. Because just like we talk about the guys not focusing on women by the time they get 30, by the time you get to 30 or you get to a certain spot, you're not going to understand the new dating market nowadays. You're not going to understand how men move nowadays or what they're thinking. Most of y'all wouldn't even know. Most of these dudes have the same kind of mentality like these Fresh&Fit dudes out here, like the Donnie boys of the world, like the Rolos or faking fraud guys out there, right? You don't realize that they would have this mentality, and by the time you're ready to get back into the game as a woman, looking to date all these other guys who look for an eligible man and you realize you can't find one, is because you weren't hip to the game of what these guys were doing. You weren't paying attention. You didn't have one foot in the door because you got hurt and you closed off. But not just coming at you, the same thing the dudes do. All I'm saying is we got to do something here in this space where we stop saying, okay, it's a man issue, women issue. Okay, if we're going to have a new space, right, where everyone in the manosphere is talking about, right, we want to bring men and women together, the next iteration of this, right, there needs to be no longer a men versus women thing, but actually be start pointing out the flaws that is human. That's inherent within the both of us. So that way we can point out the conversation and have a healthy one and know which direction to go from. Otherwise, if we just say, oh no, women are fault, one woman, you gotta do this, you gotta have this, you gotta ask this, right? And the women on the other side, they say, oh, you men ain't shit. Oh, you guys gotta do this, you gotta do that, this is how you be a man. No one's gonna be listening to each other. Everyone's just gonna be talking. And that's the situation we have right now. Let me get the super chat. Ooga booga! I had to say your name like that because it sounds like y'all know the Crash Bandicoot. Y'all remember those games? That video game Crash Bandicoot?
Yeah, I remember.
Bro, I'm kind of mad. That's a dope name though. Bro, I'm kind of mad. I gave Grift and Obesity money via super chats, but I'll support the real ones to rectify my mistakes. Oh shit, you used to support Fresh and Fit? Hey, no worries, man. No worries. No worries. Listen, man. This we majority of the people that follow us here, man. I don't say majority, man, because now we're growing. There's a whole bunch of y'all coming from all these different places. But when we started, a lot of our people who were following us, those of you guys who were following us from day one, y'all know how badly we used to get trolled. Now look at the chat. You barely see the motherfuckers in there because it was clean house. But we didn't clean house going through and blocking people. Matter of fact, you were blocking most of them. But it's one of those things where it was just like, hey man, listen. We just based off the message, a lot of these trolls were able to sit here, listen to what was going on, and guess what? We converted most of them. Like, they're out here watching this shit right now. They're like, oh shit, I guess I was wrong. I didn't have to go ban Fresh and Fit. I didn't have to go try to do any of that. I just said, hey, this is the counter idea to what these guys are preaching. You guys figure this shit out. And they did, didn't they? So it just goes to show you, man. This is what needs to be happening. Definitely more discussions, definitely more dialogues. But no, I don't say feel bad about it. But the fact that you're objectively Ooga Booga. Let me put your super chat back up here, man. We'll talk to you for a second, brother. Right? So this right here, it's all right. Own it. As long as you own it and you're willing to look objectively at yourself and push yourself out of your own way, brother, you got this. You got this. This is the first step to all healing. The first step is recognition that you have a fucking problem. Something that the guys you used to follow will never do, even to this day. To this day, they won't do it. They ain't gonna do it. So you right now are showing way more maturity than some of these guys will. All right, any last minute thoughts? We're gonna wrap up here.
I want to say this. The opposite sex ain't really your enemy, because I know they get a lot of folks thinking, oh, it's misandry, it's misogyny, all that. No. Misinformation is like the real true enemy. You know what I'm saying? With Fresh and Fit, I honestly am very indifferent with them. If they have their channel kept, good, We'll still continue to learn from mistakes they'll continue to make, and then they'll continue to act a fool. But if their channels get shut down, oh well, karma's a bitch. We hate to say we told you so. We hate to say that you literally exalt yourself too much, your ass get humbled real fast. It's like this. You feel me? So again, we respect folks out here. As long as you get the right information down, you actually apply it in your life, and then you actually practice it day in and day out, you should be fine. So,
there you go. That's what's up. Poppy, you got anything?
Yeah, man. I honestly don't want them to lose their channel, bro. It's not because of them. It's because it's people that are eating off the channel, like their family. See what I'm saying? Family members. The people that work behind the scenes, and they all black. And I'm all about black people getting money. So that's the number one reason I do not want them to lose their channel, because it's not about them too. I'm pretty sure them too is supporting at least 10, 20 families at the bare minimum. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to see that shit at all. I want to keep
on Chris, and you got to focus on Trey as well, because they're the ones that are working behind the scenes, keeping that show going. And you have a Twitch segment, you got an Apple Podcast, you got Spotify as well that they got to be dealing with. So if it gets shut down by YouTube, Twitch will quickly notice that and they'll try to see, like, okay, does it, like, violate their guidelines also? Apple may review it saying, okay, it doesn't violate our guidelines, and so on and so forth with like Anchor, SoundCloud. You know, I don't know what other podcasts they got up there. They got like Windows podcasts. There it is. Any other podcasts they have up in there?
Apple.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts. You definitely have. I listened to them before. I know.
Yeah, like I don't want to lose their channel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I don't want to lose their channel because it's a lot of people that is eating off that channel. I don't want to see that, even though I don't know if they claim to be black, but hey, it's a lot of color people working in there, and I would hate to see that shit. But, and I don't know if they're gonna change because obviously they haven't changed at all, bro. They motherfuckers keep doing the same mistakes, bro, and they're dealing with a lot of girls that live in Miami. If you pay attention, like most of the girls, they like work in Miami. They dancers or OnlyFans. Most of them are local. They're gonna fuck around and mess with that one girl with the crazy baby daddy, the crazy brother. In Miami, I live in Miami before, bro. I know how Miami is, bro. It's nothing but killers.
Bro, there's some like you want to talk about like them Asians, bro, them Zopan dudes.
No, that's not
I'm a bro. I got hate
freaking cutting up chickens and shit. Hey,
yo, that's not even their problem, man. Yo, everybody in Miami gonna pull out some big shit that they don't want to see, man. I'm telling you, I go to my peoples live in Miami. Every time I go to Miami, I'm protected. I'm good. I'm good in the hood over there, son. So look, they're gonna, but they don't. The problem is they don't know what they're dealing with. So they take on this persona like, yo, I'm alpha. Alright, they're gonna show you alpha.
Yeah, but that goes to the whole high school mentality I'm talking about because that's what I'm saying. These guys don't understand people, and they don't understand that like with people, you got to treat them differently. People take things different. That's why I can go to the hood. I ain't got no problem dealing with. I know people who, bruh, the kind of people I know that I done shit with back in the, bruh, like you wouldn't even know, bro. I told you I used to be a effed up individual, dog. But like it's one of those things where you go through the experiences, and I'm here. I'm not hiding it. I'm not telling you guys I'm a perfect dude, but I'm here to tell you that this shit is real. I know some brothers right now, bro, that'll put you away, like for less, dog, for less. They did. But the reason why I'm able to sit there and deal with them and shit like that is because I understand how they work. And I understand most of them. It's just respect, dog. Because this is that life. That life is what they got. They can't, because I can sit in the room and I can be chilling with them, I can be smoking them and whatnot. But I already know that, hey, listen, outside of what y'all got talking about, I got other shit going on, right? So I got shit that even one of the dudes I've been chilling with, bro, literally, bro, there's certain situations that I could have gotten in, but he ended up talking me out of it because he already knew, like, hey, bro, you got something more, and I can already tell you're not that good. You're saying for you, dog. Yeah. Go study math or some shit, right? Go do that. You're smarter. Go do this, right? So I've had those kind of people looking out for me, but it's one of those things where if you're in a room with those people, the basic thing is respect. That's all they're looking for. Because this hood shit, this life shit, this is all they got. The respect is all they got. So they kill you over that shit. They will kill you just to get that respect back. They don't care about their going to jail. They got what they wanted in that situation. So how do you move with those guys? You move with tact. You understand? You use those basic skills, those interpersonal communication skills to deal with them. When you go in and try to be alpha and out-alpha them, someone might be packing, and they might not like what you say. They might not like the kind of word you say, and before you know it, it's a rap, dog. It is a rap. So, hey, Zankoro, you again, dog. Like I don't know what's wrong with you, bro.
Oh, I got him already. Don't worry about it. I got him.
Somebody got to get you some Jesus. All right, that's what it is. You got to get some Jesus. Hey, listen, I hope I get another one. Hey, listen, Zankoro. I hope they give me another freaking strike, bro, because that's the end of their channel. So you sitting there caping for your dudes, they might not have a channel in 7 days. Hey, I'd be worried about that than worried about what's happening here. What's happening here is basically calling out the shit that if they actually would have listened, they wouldn't have got to the point where they're out here about to lose their channel in 7 days. So you come back to me after they lost their shit if they lose their shit. I'm not gonna jump the gun here, right? If they lose their shit, and you tell me how much Fresh and Fit is still helping your life from the grave, right? So that's what it is. My closing thought about this is, I'm sorry, move some people, but my closing thought about this, man, is like, listen, man, nobody hates Fresh and Fit. Nobody wants them gone, just like Poppy said, just like Chris just said, just like everyone else on the podcast says, minus a couple people who were very adamant about getting them off, which I definitely said I disagree with. No one wants them gone. Everyone, they have a space in this market. Everyone understands that. It's just the fact of the matter is the messaging is off, and there's something about the messaging needs to be corrected. However, if y'all don't keep going down this path, listen, brother, You got 7 days to figure all this shit out. And you got to understand one thing. When you're sitting there, right, looking at your fucking channel and the fucking mistakes that you made to get yourself and a channel to this point, I hope you realize that it's not the world who did this to you. It's you that did this to yourself. And I'm talking to you boys at the Fresh and Fit. As for you, Donnie boy, listen, bro. I am excited to see the mess you're gonna bring out to explain this bullshit. With